English questions about social issues. Does your country have a problem with pollution? Currently, I am living in South Korea, and although the country doesn't have a problem with waste and water pollution, there is definitely a problem with air pollution. A lot of air pollution comes from factories in China and also from South Korea itself to sometimes create a haze in the air. It's dangerous for all living things. For humans and animals, air pollution is dangerous to inhale, and it also has a negative effect on plants. Do you think cigarettes should be banned? Personally, I think cigarettes should be banned. They cause so much harm all over the world. Not only do they have a negative impact on someone's health, but they are really bad for people's mindsets. Cigarettes are addictive and they can control people's actions. Cigarettes are way worse than many other things out there that are addictive. So in my personal opinion, I think cigarettes should be banned. What problems does your city have? I live in the center of South Korea, in a city called Daegu. There are mountains all around Daegu, and Daegu itself is on a flat plain, and that causes a type of pan effect where it gets very hot during summer. When it gets very hot, you have to stay inside, turn on the air conditioning, and make sure to drink a lot of water and keep cool when you go outside. How can we take care of the elderly? Old people are society's responsibility. We have to take care of our elderly. These days, people are living longer because of improved health care. But that means they might not have the resources to take care of themselves as they grow old. Therefore, we need to work together to provide for them and take care of them in their hour of need. The government can provide for the elderly by building more nursing homes, and we as the taxpayer can fund it. What is the traditional role of men and women? In the past, men were seen as the breadwinners. They would go out and work and get money, whereas women stayed at home and raised the kids. These days, things are changing, where we are more equal and each gender can decide what they want to do with their lives. Is there a population problem in your country? Are there too many or too few people? In South Korea, we have an aging population, which means that the elderly are getting much older and young people aren't having many babies. So that not enough young people are growing up to take part in the workforce in the future. In my home country of South Africa, we have the opposite problem where there are so many babies born and we don't know how to provide for them in the future. People think that if they have more children, that those children will take care of them in the future, and they also expect social welfare to pay them for the amount of children that they have. And this burdens the taxpayer with all these people that it needs to support. Every country has a problem, and we have to find solutions for these population issues. What is racism? Racism is where you treat someone unfairly based on the color of their skin. That means that you won't give them the same treatment that you would give someone else of a different race. We are all expected to be treated equal based on who we are inside and our abilities, not on the color of our skins. How is poverty and crime connected? Poverty means that there isn't enough money. People don't have jobs or they are not earning enough money to sustain themselves. When they don't have money, they need to find money, and the easiest way to do that is by stealing and taking it from someone else. And that is why crime is more often found in poor or poverty-stricken areas. People need to survive and they turn to a life of crime. So poverty breeds more criminals. Many people are on both sides whether they should be prosecuted. Most people say, oh, they're just trying to provide for their families. Other people are saying that they should find different ways and work to try and earn that money to feed their families. How has your country made access to handicapped people easier? Handicapped people are people with disadvantages that might be disabled. To support them, access to places are easier and we make sure that it's wheelchair accessible. Many buses also have facilities to help people with disabilities to get on the bus and to travel to different places. On subways and elevators, you will find some braille so blind people can read it. With the internet, it also makes things easier to connect disabled or handicapped people with whatever they want to achieve. So the world is getting more accessible to everyone. Should racial minorities be given an advantage when applying for a job? In many countries, affirmative action is taking place. A priority or advantage is given to someone of color and also to women above men. The reason for that is that they want a more multicultural and diverse group of people working together. It's so much better to get a diversity of ideas and different people to contribute in business. But it is unfair if someone is given an advantage if they are less qualified than someone else. Hopefully in the future things will balance out and we can all be judged on our qualifications and our experience rather than what we look like on the outside. Do you believe that all social issues can be solved? Unfortunately, there will always be problems. We will never be 100% problem free. The reason for that is when technology improves or civilization advances, new problems will be created in its place. We will constantly be looking for ways to improve, but we will never be 100% problem free. Humanity's desire is, however, to improve and to better ourselves, to evolve. And that is what puts us apart from every other creature out there. It's our desire to be better. If you would like more questions like these, check out the book in the description below.